Anyone who's given birth to a goblin knows, newborns come out covered in slime like a frog. But of all the luck, after getting killed by my own mother, I got reincarnated as a goblin. Right now, inside the goblin birthing chamber, a beautiful elf is screaming in agony. Then, in the next second, a green little creature slides out, and his screams finally start to die down. The elf forces himself to look at the thing in front of him, pure hatred in his eyes. If it weren't for the umbilical cord still attached, he'd never believe that ugly thing was his child. Just then, the goblin baby flashes a creepy grin and slowly starts crawling toward him. That look in its eyes. The elf knew it all too well. He wanted to run, but his body had nothing left. He closed his eyes in despair, tears streaming down his face. "Help, no!" At the sound of an unfamiliar voice, Yayan slowly opened his eyes. "When you open your eyes again, you'll see your mom." His mother's words from his past life echoed in his head. But before he could even think, the other green-skinned goblin babies were already rushing at his mother at full speed. "They've got a death wish!" The thought barely crossed his mind before his body was already moving. He grabbed a rock off the ground and slammed it hard into a goblin baby's neck, blood everywhere. His body was too weak to finish it in one hit. Yayan didn't hesitate. He snatched the rock back up and smashed it down again. And right at that moment, the world voice rang out. "Congratulations, you've slain a fellow goblin at birth. Skill acquired, evil stone. Each kill of the same race grants +1 strength." Yayan noticed. His elf mother was curled up in the corner, staring in horror at this blood-soaked kid. Meanwhile, the other goblin babies crept toward the elf with those disgusting grins, like they wanted to devour him whole. But Yayan was just sitting there, staring at his umbilical cord with a dumb smile. "So, I really am her child." The next second, one of the goblin babies suddenly lunged at Yayan. Just as its fist was about to come down, the elf moved on pure instinct, pulling Yayan into his arms. A mouthful of blood spilled from his lips. He'd just given birth and was already running on empty. And on top of that, he'd been hit with a curse seal, making things even worse. Mom's embrace, still so warm. Lost in that warmth, Yayan suddenly felt something dripping down onto the top of his head. "Whose blood is this? You want to kill my mom?" The goblin babies chittered and squealed, as if asking why he'd protect that woman. Before the sound even faded, Yayan picked up his rock and without a second thought started smashing the others. "Nobody touches my mom." The elf huddled in the corner, shaking, watching the children he'd just given birth to tear each other apart. And he felt nothing. He wanted them all dead. In his past life, Yayan was a top-ranked assassin, and he showed these goblin babies absolutely no mercy. In just a matter of moments, over a dozen goblin babies lay dead in pools of blood. With the world voices buffs stacking up, this stopped being a fight. It was a one-sided slaughter. "Congratulations, all goblin babies eliminated. Skill acquired, Shadow Lurk." Just then, the old wooden door swung open. 2 adult goblins stepped inside. What the hell happened in here? The room that was supposed to be a birthing chamber had turned into a morgue. One of the goblins slowly walked over to Yayan and grabbed him by the ankle. "This you're doing, punk. Killing your own kind is a death sentence." Yayan didn't say a word. He just swung his rock straight into the adult goblin's eye socket. Crack. The adult goblin grabbed his face and let out a blood-curdling scream. "You little brat! A runt like you pulling this crap!" He grabbed a wooden club and swung it straight down at Yayan. "No!" At the same moment, the elf lunged from the corner and threw himself over Yayan to shield him. "Back off. I've already sent word to the general. Wait until he gets here." "What?" The moment he heard general, the adult goblin's grip tightened on his club, but no matter how furious he was, he couldn't do a thing. The goblin general commanded over 10,000 goblins after all. Still, he couldn't put out that fire inside him. His gaze slowly drifted to the elf cradling Yayan. "Can't touch you right now, little guy. But I can sure do something right in front of you." The elf felt that look. His body started trembling. Yayan snapped back to attention, and the rage inside him ignited all over again. "You wouldn't dare." One look at Yayan's face and the adult goblin burst out laughing, cracking his knuckles as he strolled toward the elf. The next second, Yayan activated Shadow Lurk, latched both hands onto the goblin's arm, twisted with everything he had, and crack. The arm got ripped clean off. Pain shot through the goblin's entire body as he rolled around on the floor screaming, "You little monster!" The other adult goblin had seen enough. He raised his stone axe and brought it down hard. "Enough!" A commanding voice boomed from the doorway. The moment they saw the goblin general, every goblin dropped to their knees. They all started talking over each other, rattling off everything Yayan had just done. "General, you gotta do something! This kid slaughtered over a dozen of our own the second he was born, and look at my eye!" The general gave them a flat look and waved them off. "You got beat up by a newborn and you're coming to me? Leave the kid alone till he's grown. Come on, let's go. Everything stays as is." And with that, the general took the 2 of them and walked out of the birthing chamber. Yayan's body had finally hit its limit. With no more threats around, he collapsed. Seeing that, the elf's dried-up eyes filled with tears once more. "I won't let you die. Please don't leave me in this dark hole." Half conscious, Yayan felt that familiar warmth, and on pure instinct, he bit down.